Turkey election 2018 results, Erdogan declares victory with 52.92% of votes. In a first for the nation, President Erdogan has won sole power of Turkey after beating leading opponent Muharram Ince to the top after a referendum last year saw Turkey vote in favor of scrapping their prime minister role. In a speech as the final votes came in, Mr. Erdogan said, "The Turkish public has mandated me as president according to unofficial results. I hope nobody will damage democracy by casting a shadow on this election and its results to hide their failure." The leader will now continue his 15-year rule after Mr. Ince managed to win 30.7% of votes in a turnout of 87%. As the final votes were being counted, Mr. Erdogan received a telephone call from Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who congratulated him on his apparent victory along with leaders from Sudan, Macedonia and Pakistan. But Mr. Orban and CO were not the only leaders to have given the re-elected president an early pat on the back. Turkey's international TV network announced Mr. Erdogan was the winner when just 91% of votes had been counted. Moments before, Mr. Ince made a shocking claim that just 37% of the 88.9% of recorded votes has been counted, fanning the flames of speculation that the presidential and parliamentary elections were rigged. Earlier in the day, officers have arrested 10 foreigners of France, German and Italian descent who have been accused of posing as some of Turkey's eye-watering 1 million ballot box monitors shipped in to stamp out voter tampering. The 3 French, 3 German and 4 Italians have been taken to a police station while another team arrested a group of 3 people after pulling them over in Urfa and finding 4 sacks brimming with fake voting cards. The 3 were on their way to a school used as a polling station when they tried to flee police, who were forced to fire their guns into the air to get them to pull over. Before they did eventually stop, the sacks and ballot cards were thrown into the road. In another incident, a mass brawl broke out when scores of citizens voted in bulk at a polling station in Suryuk. Though no additional information on the fight or whether any information has been released yet, it follows news 4 people were killed after an election campaign by another candidate caused tempers to flare. Emotions are running high on today's result, which follows a referendum led by re-elected President Erdogan to scrap Turkey's prime minister role, entrenching a controversial one-man rule over the troubled country, making Mr. Erdogan divisive as well as popular. Though he argued his new elite presidency will better enable him to tackle the nation's economic problems such as the plummet of the lira and Kurdish rebels in neighboring Syria and Iraq. Mr. Ince jumped over the required 10% of votes to gain seats in parliament.